Okay, so here are 4 apps that help me function like a neurotypical in daily life, and why I think that the iPad is essential for autistic adults. And you should know this too. Okay, so I've broken this down into 4 different apps that I use, and some of the functionalities more than just apps, but you'll get to know what I mean when I get into it. Okay, so the first app I'm talking about right now is called Bring, with an exclamation mark. Now, Bring is absolutely amazing because I use this app because it's hands-free grocery list making. But what's more important is that it's not just a hands-free grocery list maker thing. It actually allows me to see it on my phone and my iPad, and it's controlled by an Alexa or an Amazon Assistant, the digital Amazon Echo Assistant. Now, how this works is I'm in my kitchen and I'm like looking through my cupboards and my freezer and my fridge, and I'm like, hey, is there do I have any lettuce? Do I need something here? And then I go, hey, Alexa, open Bring and add lettuce. And then she'll do that, but also it goes on to my iPad, right? So I'm sitting down, I'm looking for a grocery list. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll have a look here. But what's really interesting about this is that not only does it go onto the iPad, it has a visual icon for each grocery item. So as you can see here on my iPad now, if I just show you the screen, you can see that here there's like the item in question, but then also a little kind of icon next to it. So like the item has an icon and the name. So for me, for visual learners or autistic individuals, we know that we can use this because it visually looks like the thing that's in the grocery store, which I think is just absolutely amazing. It's a godsend. This thing is free, by the way, and I'm going to link everything down below as well. So I highly recommend this because it helps me function when I'm in the grocery store like a person who knows what they're doing and how I actually get my groceries. Okay, so I love it for 3 reasons. 1, because it's hands-free. I can use it with just voice commands with Alexa. And then the other reason is because I can use it on my iPad and my iPhone as well. And the third reason I love it is because it's completely free in the App Store. Okay, so, and don't worry, I'm going to be covering why I think the iPad is essential for survival as an autistic adult. But first, we'll get through some of these apps. Okay, so the second app is actually an iOS function. And iOS is the actual operating system that iPads, iPhones use, okay? So it's the Apple's iOS, which is kind of like the software that runs on the iPads. Now, inside that, there is a tap to speak or tap to hear, listen to texts. And what this means is that when you're in your iPad, you can go to a email or a text message or a DM, and then you can highlight the text. And when you highlight the text, a little pop-up box appears that says, speak or dictate. And so when you click speak, it'll actually speak it out loud for you. Now, as somebody who's terribly dyslexic like myself, and I can't always read words, and reading is slower than listening, right? So I have my iPad read pretty much everything out to me. And this is really amazing. But what's even better than that is you can use it in reverse, where you can say to your iPad and you can dictate what you want it to put in a text message, or you want it to put in your DM or email or whatever. That's amazing. And it's how I wrote my first book, Autism for Adults, which is pretty amazing that I wrote it all by doing that. And I'm actually in the middle of writing my second book right now. I'm doing exactly the same way. And I absolutely love that. Now, this function is absolutely amazing. But what's even better, it's free and it comes built into the iPad. Now, if you are wanting to know how to use these functions, maybe on an Android, don't worry. I actually have a guide. You can go to theaspieworld.com/AI guide, and you'll be able to see all of this. I'll leave it in a link down below anyway, just so you can see what I'm talking about and how you can use it in your phone or iPad. Okay, so app number 3 is actually ChatGPT. ChatGPT has had a lot of stick because people say, AI slop and all this nonsense, but actually what I use it for is making sense of the tonality, or the tones of what people are saying. Now, as an autistic adult, people will text me or they'll send me messages or emails, and I don't really understand the tone of it. I don't know if this person is sending me happy, sad. I don't know. And I used to just go off on a whim and just maybe get angry and text the person back like angry. But that didn't help anybody. So what did I do? I take the text and then I put it into ChatGPT and I say, hey, what is the tone of this conversation that you can best figure out? And then ChatGPT will tell you back. And what's even better about that? ChatGPT can speak it to you. It's probably one of the coolest apps going. You can get it for free in the App Store and your Android store, and it's completely free. I mean, there's a paid-for version of it, but you don't have to do that, right? Therefore, now I can just say, hey, chat, what does this do? What does that do? It's absolutely amazing, and I highly recommend it. Okay, app number 4, the last one here, is a kind of a collaboration between two apps. Now, these two apps are internally in the iPad. Now, before you get distracted, I am actually going to talk to you about why I think the iPad is the lifesaver and why I use it every single day and what I would never be able to live without it, okay? Especially an autistic adult in this day and age, why I think it's important. Now, the last two apps are going to combine to one because it's kind of like the same function. Now, these apps are native, which means they're built into the iOS devices. Now, the first one is Reminders app. Now, the Reminders app is basically a very complex, almost like a to-do list, right? And it can host things like, remind me when I get to this grocery store that I need to pick up milk. Or if I, remind me when I get to this grocery store that they have a pharmacy and I need to get something from the pharmacy. That's what this app does. You can literally get it to remind you to do anything. But why? Why is this apparent? Why do I need reminding? Because I have executive dysfunction with autism. And if you're an autistic adult watching this, you'll know exactly what I mean. Somebody will tell you a date. Oh, we've got a party. It's such and such's anniversary. We're going out for a meal. And then you're like, okay, cool, when? And they'll tell you the date. And then instantly you're going to be like, yeah, man, I forgot. I forget people's name. But they say, hey, I'm Bob. I'm like, oh, I forgot this guy's name already. As I'm shaking his hands, I'm like, I have no idea what this guy's name is. He just told me. So to stop with the forgetting, as soon as somebody tells me something, I'm like, hey, Siri, remind me to do the birthday party thing on Saturday at 12 o'clock. And
okay, I've added do the birthday party thing for Saturday noon.
So that is how I schedule and remind everything into the Reminders app. Now, what's better about this is if you give a date and time to your command in that Reminders app, it will actually set it to the Calendar app, which is the second part of this. So I always use voice-activated technology like Siri or Alexa to make sure that everything, every flow is designed to put it in there. Because my communication dips, this is the best way to do it. So I know the tonalities, I know how to be connected to people. Not only that, it's a saving grace. And why do I think the iPad is apparent? Why do I think the iPad is saving my butt? Because when I'm in an airport and I need to know, hey, where in the airport has food that can cater for me, right? Airports are chaotic at the best of times. If you're an autistic adult and you're walking through the airport, it's going to be crazy. It's going to beat you down. It's going to kick your butt. But if I have my iPad with me, I can get to use this thing for everything I just told you. I can even scan food items and be like, hey, what's in this, right? With ChatGPT, you can take a picture of something and say, what's in this? ChatGPT, you can take a picture of your screen with all of the departures on it and say, which one is mine? I'm supposed to be going to Dublin at X, Y, or Z time. And it will tell you. So that's the power of the iPad. I have everything on here. I have like copies and scans of my driver's license and my passport. I even have all of the numbers of the people who, I need to kind of converse with. Got Uber app on here. I've got hotel apps on here and everything in between, including my boarding pass and my ferry crossing, because I go on a ferry as well. So iPad is essential, but I kind of need it for pretty much everything. So if I'm needing to, read out something on my boarding pass or in the airport on the website, I actually use the speak to text functionality, which you can also use on the iPhone. But I know what you're thinking. What if you run out of battery, Dan? And that's a really good question. The only downfall is I have to constantly walk around with a charger in my pocket or some kind of charging device so that I can actually charge this thing so I don't run out of it. Because if this does, the only downfall is if this does run out of battery or my phone runs out of battery, because I have an iPhone as well, and it kind of shares the functionality across both of those because of the iOS integration is great. If it dies, I kind of a bit screwed and I have to go backwards. Now, there is a piece of technology that's creeping up to being one of these kind of newbies, and that is this secret weapon. Now, this is the Meta Ray-Bans, right? Now, these are clear lenses in normal inside lighting, but when I go outside, if the light is stronger or has high UV, these things actually transition lenses that actually become sunglasses. Now, these are amazing. These are AI-powered glasses. The coolest thing about this, and it's slowly catching up to this, it's not like yet, but it will be there. It's close to being the thing that I'm going to use to navigate around everywhere. Now, why is this apparent, right? Because these glasses are able to maneuver and navigate you around the airport. Like, I literally put the glasses on and I can say like, hey, take a picture of the screen in front of me and tell me where I should be going. And it does it. Or I'll be like, hey, what time does my departure gate close? Where can I get food here in the airport? And the glasses know, because they're AI powered and they're connected to the internet. These things are incredibly advanced. And I can't believe how powerful this technology is. Now, we have to be careful not to allow technology to become our master and keep it as a slave. But if you are interested in more about this type of stuff, drop a comment down below, give us a thumbs up. And as always, guys, if you like this, subscribe to see more. Peace.